Hey there, and welcome. So, today we're going to dive into a feeling that's, well, it's both really simple and incredibly deep. It's that unique sense of pride you get from small, consistent wins, especially when the rest of your life feels like total chaos. It might just be the anchor we're all looking for. And look, we're not talking about the big, flashy achievements you post on social media. Nope. This is about those quiet, personal victories, the ones you pull off just for you. It's a kind of pride that doesn't need a single like from anyone else, because honestly, it has no equal.
And there's actually a perfect word for this feeling, nonpareil. It literally means having no equal. I mean, just think about that for a second. That special satisfaction you get from knowing for a fact that you've become just a little bit better than you were before. Yeah, that feeling is in a league of its own. So let me ask you, just take a moment and really think about it. What's the one thing, big or small, that comes to mind? While you're pondering that, the person behind our source material had a really specific and, maybe you kind of surprising answer to that very same question.
So, what was it? What was their big moment of pride? You might guess it was a promotion or some huge life milestone, right? But no, their deepest sense of accomplishment came from something way more personal, something you could actually measure. It came from the simple, undeniable proof that they were different from who they were yesterday. And here it is, hitting a progressive overload goal at the gym. For anyone who doesn't know, that just means lifting a tiny bit more weight or doing one or two more reps than you did last time. Out of everything they could have chosen, that was the first thing that popped into their head. It's just, wow. It's such a powerful example of how much that tangible, step-by-step progress can mean to us. And what's so fascinating here is the distinction being made. The author says, look, I don't look or feel different. The change isn't some big emotional wave or something you can see in the mirror right away. It's factual. It's just simple, cold, hard evidence that says, today, I can do something I couldn't do before. And there's a real power in that proof. And this just captures the whole philosophy perfectly. It's all about building yourself up, little by little. It's this quiet promise you make to yourself to become different, to become better over time. And you do it through patience and just showing up, even when the results aren't some huge, dramatic explosion of change. But, of course, life always has other plans, doesn't it? Right, and this is where that perfect, neat idea of self-improvement just slams into reality. Because it's one thing to have a clear goal when you're in a controlled space, but it's a whole other battle to keep that fire going when the beautiful chaos of daily life takes over. So, for our author, the gym is that controlled space. It's a sanctuary almost. The rules are clear, the path forward is simple. When you're in there, there's this very real sense that, okay, I can build myself higher here. But the second you walk out that door, bam, reality hits. Hectic weeks, deadlines, responsibilities, and all of a sudden, that clear, straight path to getting better just gets completely lost in the fog. And these demands, they're just relentless, aren't they? We've all been there. The author points to these universal pressures, those hectic work weeks that just spill into your weekend, the constant grind to make money, and that overwhelming feeling of being pulled in a million different directions at once. Progress on your personal goals doesn't just slow down, sometimes it feels totally impossible. So, okay, how do you deal with that tension? How do you hang on to that belief in your own growth when you're just putting out fires all day long? Well, the answer we get here isn't some complicated life hack. It's simpler. It's a mindset. It's having the patience to build. This quote just nails the feeling perfectly. This isn't about making excuses or procrastinating. It's about recognizing that sometimes you have to take care of business and handle your responsibilities, all while holding on to that core belief that your time is coming. You're laying the foundation, you're biding your time, waiting for that moment when you can really start building upwards again. And that's the beautiful optimism in all of this. It's that feeling when the crazy, hectic period is finally ending. You can almost feel the shift in the air, right? That moment when you know you'll be able to get back to your routine, back to yourself. It's the belief that your time to shine is right around the corner. So this whole journey, the little wins, the chaotic interruptions, the patient waiting, it's all captured in this one last, really powerful metaphor about where we find our direction. It's about looking up to the sun. And this brings us to such a beautiful, anchoring idea. Even the tallest sunflower still looks up to the sun. I mean, what a stunning reminder, right? It doesn't matter how much progress we make or how tall we grow, there's always something higher to aspire to. The journey is never really over. We just find new suns to turn towards. So here's the big takeaway. The crucial point is this: having just one area in your life where you can see and feel small, measurable progress, whether it's adding a little weight at the gym or anything else, that can be a powerful anchor. It's the proof you need that you're still moving forward, even when it feels like everything else is standing still. And that brings us to our final question for you. It absolutely doesn't have to be the gym. It could be learning a few chords on a guitar, writing 1 page a day, or just meditating for 5 minutes. So, what's the one small thing you are patiently, quietly building little by little?